Welcome to the Crimson Engine. My name is Rubidium. Today we are looking at this little guy, the Nyrius Aries Pro HDMI transmitter. So I have a couple of these. I've done some reviews in the past. The reason I got another one of these, and I went with the Pro version this time, is that I'm working with more cameras now. I'm working in bigger spaces. And what I've found is that often I want to relay an HDMI signal from a camera or cameras to other locations in the same building or across the parking lot or whatever it is. So the Pro differs from the entry level in that it has less latency, almost indetectable actually, and it has a further range. So on paper, 250 feet, it's more like 150 feet if it's not a clear line of sight, but it goes pretty far. It connects very quickly. The previous version I looked at, every time you turned the camera on or off or changed modes, it took a couple of seconds to refine the connection. This one does it much, much faster. How they work is, this is a dongle. It goes into the HDMI port of your camera or into the monitor, because I use a 7-inch Blackmagic Video Assist that I go SDI out from the camera, and then I plug this into the side of the monitor, and it gives me HDMI out with all the overlays that only SDI lets you on the C200, like a LUT and like a waveform. I then send this to a director's monitor where I'm sitting if I'm not the one operating camera, and it allows me to see everything that the operator is seeing without having to wire everything. Now, there are other manufacturers that make higher end wireless video transmitters. They can cost $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. They're necessary if you're going to pull focus or going to have critical focus from them. But most of the time with the autofocus on the C200, all I need is to get an accurate representation of what's being shown. So you have this guy on one side, which is powered via USB, and this guy on the other side, which sits on the back of my director's monitor, also powered by USB with HDMI out. And now you can see what's happening where you're going without any cables for actors to trip over or to get in the way. If you have 2 or 3 monitors, it can be great to get an HDMI splitter and connect multiple units of these like I have now, and split a bigger screen like a 17-inch or a 30-inch HDMI television into 4 quadrants and get like a multicam feed of everything that you're shooting. I personally prefer to, when I'm shooting narrative, shoot with a single camera. I think when you shoot with multiple cameras, it can be really tough to really, finesse each shot. But if you're doing something that can only be done once, like stunts, or you're doing something very emotional that you want to get both sides of the conversation because, the actors are going to need a little while to recover, you might not have much time, multi-camera is the way to go, and this allows you to see everything that all the cameras are seeing at the same time. Another thing I've used them for is to relay a video from, maybe the director's monitor over to a video village where, the client or the producers or other people want to watch the feed. Video transmission in general doesn't do very well going through walls. So it's great to have units like this where you could set up a 2 or 3 unit relay to go from where the camera's stationed down the hall, around the corner, and out to, a video car or out to a screen that's distant enough from where you're shooting that it's not going to have any noise interference or get in the way. These units weren't designed for filmmaking, but given that they're less than 1/10 of the cost than a lot of the Pro versions and they work almost as well, it really makes sense to get a couple of these if you want to do a wireless video solution, and they just become part of the solution. They can really form a great piece of the puzzle of getting the video from the camera to where you can see it. That is the Nyrius Aries Pro. Like I said, there's a link in the description. They run about $250 and they're almost instantaneous video and almost instantaneous connection. Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I will see you next time.